Hey yo, what it do, man? I am here with a video, man, just sipping and enjoying what I enjoy best, but just bringing it to you guys and expressing myself. Just bringing my thoughts to the camera. You know, why sip and just be like giving reactions off camera when I can just put it on the camera for y'all? You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Make it the littest of the littest, and I'm sipping on that Remy. You dig what I'm saying? Remy, you feel me? And that's just how we rocking. So I'm not even finna box your ears, man. Let's just get into it. You dig? Y'all heard that pop bottle? Like Lil Wayne and Birdman, man. And action.
On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
Here are some of King Von's lyrics that really happened. I saw him at the store, but I ain't have my mask on yet. King Von featuring G Herbo. As you probably know, King Von was affiliated with the Black Disciples gang and repped O Block throughout his career. In fact, the neighborhood has immortalized him with a mural of him on a memorial wall in an area that is now sacred. But back then, O Block's biggest ops, the STL, lived on the 63rd, just a block away from them. In this line from his song, he referenced a time when he saw STL member Wooski in the store on the 63rd. When Wooski saw Von enter the store, he tried to hide because he was alone, or so Von said in the heated tweets he and Wooski directed at each other after the encounter. Von said he left the store without hitting Wooski because there were too many witnesses and he didn't have a way to conceal his face. Wooski didn't think so though. He said Von saw him and was lacking, but Von insisted Wooski chickened out and hid. In their Twitter back and forth, they swore the other person was gonna fall first, and well, at the end of the day, Wooski outran Von. I bet Wooski feel this one. I bet Wooski still twitching. Back again, King Von featuring Lil Durk and Prince Dre. Here again, King Von throws shades at Wooski over a rather dark incident. You might almost think a funeral would be the last place for ops to open fire, but you would be wrong. Wooski and several others were at Bethlehem Star Missionary Baptist Church in the Burnside neighborhood for fellow rapper Dooski the Man's funeral when unknown guys barged in and opened fire. 6 people were hit, including Wooski, who was shot in the head but survived somehow. The police never arrested anybody, but Wooski getting shot provided King Von with the juice for his song, I Swear I Killed Her, Broke Her Back, Exposing Me, King Von, featuring Mimo 600. In these lines from Exposing Me, fans believe King Von is referring to Jakira Barnes, feared Chirac assassin and member of the STL on 63rd. Jakira didn't set out to be a professional killer.
That's the one that he had a crush on. Dang, man, that's cold-blooded, man. He fell in love with a op. You know what I'm saying? He even tried to spare her, man. Dang, man, they was young, bro. They was young with it, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
She was once an honor student hoping to become a social worker, but exposed to the harsh life on the streets of Chicago, she fell in with the gang.
New position yet?
Working on it.
What's taking so long?
Not that YouTube understand the assignments. Finally. But we finna skip this ad
and started drifting toward the dark side. At the tender age of 14, Jakira caught her first body with a top player from the OP gang. Jakira was well respected among her gang members and feared by almost everyone in the Ops. Except for King Von, though, who seemed interested in her. On April 11th, 2014, Jakira was going to a friend's house for a birthday party around 3:30 p.m. when Von and Big A, another Chicago hitter, allegedly whipped up on her and started firing. She died on the spot at 17 years old. In 2021, the Chicago PD named King Von as the offender who shot at Jakira, but they didn't have enough evidence to pin her death on him. But King Von referred to her several times in his songs, so maybe it was him. Put a pretty op in the morgue. More with us, King Von. Again, Von is talking about Jakira Barnes. Von did think she was pretty because he tweeted at her once saying, "I'm gonna have you," but she was never down with it. According to one of Jakira's friends, interviewed for a documentary about her, Jakira felt that maybe Von was trying to set her up.
He liked her as a girlfriend?
Yeah, he wanted to be her boyfriend. She just felt like he was trying to set her up and kill her. That's what she told me. She's like, I think he's just trying to kill me.
She might have been right, so she had good reason to be cautious. Jakira started her assassin career when she swore to get revenge for the death of her close friend, Tuka. She repped 63rd and was accepted for her ice-cold demeanor and fearlessness. Before long, she shot O.D. Perry, a member of the Op set, causing the rival gang to name their block after their fallen soldier. And that was how the name O-Block was born. STL also nicknamed their block Tukaville after their guy. So maybe she had every reason to suspect King Von, but Von seemed to be genuinely interested in her. In the same documentary her friend was interviewed for, Von was asked to comment on the tweets he sent at Jakira. He admitted that he wanted her, so obviously he thought she was pretty. She is most likely the pretty op he put in the morgue.
First, I was like, damn, you doing shit.
The exact text was something along the lines of, "When it's all over with, I'm gonna get up in you," or something. Does that sound about right?
That sound raw, so yeah, I'll be saying raw. Yeah, I probably did say that.
I'm also going to be giving away $100 to someone who subscribes in the next 7 days. So make sure you subscribe to enter. Caught that boy right by the bus. This his last stop. For a fact, Sim Santana featuring...
Man, at the bus stop, bro. But these boys really be walking around like they untouchable, you know, like they invincible. Can't do that, man. Like, that's why I be careful who I hang around, man, cause you never know who have issues with who. And the sad thing is, sometimes you can't even be cool with people because they have unknown beef with somebody that want to retaliate, and if they can't get them, they gonna smoke our highs. You know what I'm saying? They gonna smoke it out and try to get the next thing closest to you to get to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. That's why I try to keep my hands clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay out the way, because if you stay out the way, it should be no issues. You know, bullets don't have a name, but if you stay out the way, most likely beef shouldn't be coming your way, bro.
King Von. These lines take us back to the time before Jakira lost her friend and became committed to getting revenge. On January 12th, 2012, Tuka and 2 others were waiting for a bus when a man approached him to ask if another bus was coming. Some would say later that the man did this to make Tuka lower his guard. Immediately, Tuka responded. The man whipped a handgun out and fired at him. Tuka stumbled to a nearby trash can, and the man shot him 3 more times in the back. Tuka, at only 15 years old, was pronounced dead at the scene. It really...
15? 15! Bro.
was his last bus stop. King Von could have also been referring to Tuka's brother, Lil Mark, who ironically watched his brother die and died similarly just 2 years later. On March 28, 2014, Lil Mark was shot in the head at a bus stop in the Bronzeville neighborhood of Southside Chicago. One witness who claims to have been standing behind Lil Mark when he was shot said that a man pulled up with a handgun and opened fire. After shooting Lil Mark, he entered a silver minivan and left. Police later found the van and engulfed in flames on the 3700 block of South Ellis Avenue. They caught that Brick and hit him in his pressing Sada Baby featuring King Von. FBG Brick was a STL rapper who was gunned down in July 2017 along with fellow rapper Kobe Mack on 63rd and St. Lawrence. The police found one of them with a gunshot wound to the head in front of a house in the Woodland neighborhood of Southside Chicago and found the other guy behind the house with gunshot wounds to his back and arm. They were both pronounced dead at the scene. FBG Brick was a brother to FBG Duck, who also died in a robbery in August 2020. Both brothers were affiliated.
LBG, man, Duck brother. Wow. Wow. So it's like a domino effect though, bro, cause you know, you in that street light, man, things happen, but then you end up bringing people family in it cause you messing with their family. You feel me? And it can turn into an all-out war, like, you know. And it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Like, certain stuff I want to say, I can't. Shout out to my job. So I gotta really tread lightly, bro. But this is crazy.
With the STL gang and were involved in multiple clashes with op sets before they died. King Von rapping about it was just his way of shading a rival gang. Niggas really 6ix9ine, niggas really snitches. Suspects, Big Osama featuring King Von. One sacred rule rappers and gang members live by is loyalty. You do not snitch on your bros, no matter what. Nobody likes a rat. But Tekashi 6ix9ine did not live by this rule, apparently. In 2019, when he got arrested on federal racketeering and weapons charges, he snitched on everyone and their grandmothers. Even before ratting out in court, Tekashi wasn't many rappers' favorite guy. He was a professional troll, starting feuds with rappers that eventually got the rappers banned from certain areas of the city. King Von wasn't going to let it slide when Tekashi started slipping in court, so he had to call him out in his verse on Suspects. King Von had a short but very intense and impactful career. Even today, some fans listen to his music and enjoy it, and it's easy to see why. Von had unparalleled storytelling abilities when it came to rap. It's a shame that he never got to produce more music, but his songs still keep pulling more listeners every day. And if you found these lyrics interesting, you should give this video a watch.
Man, that's crazy, man. Like, so anywho, man, y'all already seen my reaction. Wow, that's crazy, bro. Like, just to hear the story behind the lyrics and the things that really happened and transpired, and the fact that they don't even care, they put it out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, they will tell the whole story and scenario of what happened. Bro, I am flabbergasted. Okay, but hey, it is what it is, bro. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man, and I'm gone, like, for real.